Hi, I am Amma Duncan, founder of the Fabulous Woman Network. Before 2015, I was the broke girl who was stuck in her own limiting belief of not enoughness. Marianne Williamson's words, "You are a child of God," woke me up, and then I sought help to work on myself. I still invest heavily in my personal development, and so much has changed for me in the most incredible ways. My burning desire is to see an Africa in which women are empowered to thrive and impact people. I am a trainer, coach, social entrepreneur, author, and an event organizer who help others with their personal development so that together we can all thrive as fabulous children of God. Mind Your Business is our weekly podcast where we share enriching content to help us thrive. It's free on YouTube, and if you prefer to work with me one-on-one, go to amaduncan.com/store to book a discovery call with me. The link is in the description. On today's episode of Mind Your Business, I have three super fabulous women who participated in last year's iFAB 2022. And today they are going to share their own experiences with us. I have Nana Sekyiwa Daku, Ofosua Daku Ama, and Miriam Ejay. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, tell us briefly about who they are before we get into it. But first, are you ready? Have you registered? Are you showing up for iFAB 2023? Let's see.
Well, hi everyone. I'm Ofosua Daku Ama. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. I like to call myself a newish mother. So my daughter turned one like about a month ago. I'm also a sidepreneur. So I'm a full-time employee. By day, I'm a strategy manager for an insurance company, and then outside working hours, I am the founder and owner of Enusia's Heart. We believe that customization should be commonplace, and we are trying to make that possible with one delighted client at a time. So currently I'm focusing on gifts, customized gifts. So I like to describe myself as not being a shop that you come and pick a gift from, but I'm kind of like your mini consult where we have a conversation about who you want to get a gift for, and we create that gift specially for that person. I'm also into other customizations, which I'll talk about at the end. Yes, and my audience really are the people who really want something special for someone and something very thoughtful, or something customized, a service or a solution that really is about them and not like a factory chain of solutions where you just go and pick. So that's what I'm about at Enusia's Heart. Highly, as I like to say, highly customized. And I think when I got the term "we are not a store," it seems to communicate better than all the broth I was saying before, all the English I used to say before. So that's who I am.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ofosua, the customization woman. The next person we'll take is, she's Miriam Ejay, but I call her Mimi from way back. Mimi, tell us who you are, so please.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Hi.
I'm Miriam Ejay, yes. And I'm the founder of Mimi Daf Consult. Mimi Daf Consult provides trusted human resource advisory services to entrepreneurs and then companies without HR departments. My audience are entrepreneurs and then companies basically without human resource departments, because I believe in fair and equity. And then I use different methodology to give solutions to every organization, a step-by-step and case-by-case basis. But I am anything related to human resource, from onboarding to retirement. Yes, this is my area of specialization, and this is what I do to also help companies and then entrepreneurs. I also sell bags and shoes.
Oh, really?
Also sell, yeah, exactly. I also sell soaps. And I am an entrepreneur. Anything I get hold on, I'm able to sell, and I get a lot of people coming in to buy. I say that my customer service is apt. I mean, whenever I get to you and I have my product or service, immediately I'm done with my presentation. Yes, you would have to buy something, or you'd have to get me on board to provide a service for you. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's great. Mimi, please, as soon as we are done, send me my size shoes and clothes. Send, you know it.
I will, Amma. I will. I will, Amma.
Oh, nice. It's nice to see you doing a few more things. You know, as fabulous children of God, multiple things come is definitely our portion. Thank you. Now let's have Sekyiwa Darko.
Great. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
My name is Sekyiwa Darko, and I'm the head of community relations for Ghana's upstream petroleum regulator. That is the Petroleum Commission. So basically what I do is that I help manage and ensure that oil host communities are being given sustainable development project from the oil communities. And so I coordinate sustainable development projects from the oil host communities. And so oftentimes I'm on the way, I find myself in the interior, all the way from Hafasni down to the central region and even beyond. Most of my stakeholders cut across from up to down. So I'm interacting with canoe owners, fishermen, I'm at the landing beaches, you name it. I ensure that projects are monitored. Sometimes I find myself somewhere in Ashanti Mampong, monitoring, ensuring that, yes, projects that are being delivered to our stakeholders are of sustainable development ones. I also ensure that there is evenly distributed projects. There's no duplication of projects. And above all, the projects that are being given to our communities as value for money, and it meets their needs assessment as well. Before I got myself with the Ghana's petroleum sector, I used to be with Anglo Gold Ashanti. I was in the Takwa mine and later seconded to our head office in Joburg, South Africa, where I had a stint with them. Also still in the same community development. So I was part of the Southern African region, the Tanzania, the Guineas and all that. And then also before that, I used to work with them, Ghana's first private local African television by name of TV Africa. So that is how my career has been like. On the side, I also manage the Sekyiwa Darko Foundation, where we also aim at impacting lives positively. So this is what I find myself doing on the side. Wow. So this is who I am and then what I do.
Thank you so much, Sekyiwa and Ofosua Mimi, for those wonderful introductions. And I'm sitting here smiling, and I'm all alone in this room. Someone will come and think, what's wrong with this woman? But only I know how my heart is so full. Anyway, so let's talk about last year's iFAB. Oh my goodness, I have so many memories myself, but we want to as well. Let's start with Mimi. What were some of the favorite highlights for you at last year? You were able to attend the day 2, which was the Fabulous Woman Speaks. How was it like for you, Mimi?
It was so educative and insightful, especially when we were being advised to invest in our own development and then to save some money and then rest and then make sure that we also have vacation. We go out, spend on ourselves. I love the fact that all women came together to advise ourselves, and then we were all, sharing ideas, business ideas. So last year's conference was very educative and insightful. And I'm looking forward. I know this year too will be better.
Amen. Thank you. Amen. Thank you. And Ofosua, what were some of your highlights? You were also able to attend the day 2 of last year's conference.
Yes, I was able to attend the day 2. I just put here that I was one of those women who got to attend under duress. And a strong dress. I had like 5 women ambush me, say like, "You are coming." I'm like, "How am I going to? You are paying." I'm like, "Okay." So I ended up coming, and you are bringing products. I'm like, "What products?" Like, print them, and I did. So I can clearly say iFAB was the place that fully birthed my gifting business last year. I have done a number of customizations in the past, and I was dilly-dallying with just starting with the gifting business. I think that's what's been my life saver from 2022 up till now. So I was a fresh mother then, very young child, and came around. So I think the thing I remember most was just experience in being in such a women's conference. I can't readily recall being in such before. I love the experience. I love the conversations that went on. I was just there for day 2 because I could only make the day. I just love the openness. It made me feel like things were possible. Things were real. Things could happen. And for me, in 2022, things did happen just because I decided to take the leap of faith to join iFAB. And since then, I've joined a few other women events, which I found very helpful. So if there were, for want of a better expression, any virginities to be broken at iFAB were a lot for me. Made my first gifting sale, probably did my first women's conference, and a lot followed after that. So the networking was amazing. I think it made me realize, okay, the next time you have to come better prepared. You have to come with your cards, and come with your price list. So it was really, really good experience for me. I think that's what comes off the most for that day. That's all I can really remember, and what it did for me during the year.
To God be the glory. Sekyiwa, for you as well, this was, I think, your second event with us, right?
Yes, it was. It was.
What are some of your highlights?
As for the highlights, they are numerous. iFAB 2022 for me was a game changer. Look, I don't even know where to start from, but all I can say is that iFAB 2022 was the beginning of a lot of things that has started happening in my life. The network was unique. I like the fact that we all converged under one roof. We networked, and the nuggets that was shared. Let me start from the day one. Dr. Amos says that is the CEO of Movie House. And then the other resource person, I've forgotten his name, also a financial person. Yes, the financial training. It worked for me like magic. I sat in that room, and all that was being taught, my mind was racing up just to finish from that room, go back to my drawing table, and then re-strategize. And exactly that was what I did when I got back to Accra. A lot of things changed around my finances. And today I look back and I am so proud. I keep saying that, Amma, God bless you so much for using you as a drawing table to bring all of this together. You have no idea. And right after the conference, I told you that you have no idea what you have done for me. It did a lot, that financial training, investing. And truth be told, about the treasury bills, Dr. Amos said, it worked like magic. What I did after the conference, some bills I needed to pay up for January. What I accrued after the conference was what I used to pay for the bills in January. So like what he said, you use interest on your bills, T-bills or other financial instruments to take care of other bills that comes up. And that was true. I practiced. It worked for me. Other financial instruments that I wasn't well placed, I made sure that they were done. So on the financial training for me, it was also a game changer. And thank you so much. And all who helped put that particular session together. The second day, the nuggets that was shared by OGA, that is Ohini Gifty Auntie. I had no idea she was going to come through. And Amma also didn't inform any of us, I'm sure. and that for me was a big surprise and a highlight. The way she came in there and the nuggets she shared with us. I sat under the canopy and looked as if I had had a conversation with her before coming to Kumasi. At the time, I was going through a particular phase of my life, and all that OGA shared with us. And the moment she maintained that eye contact with me, it looks as if God had just brought her there to come and talk to me. It was so spiritual for me. It was so amazing. And I keep asking myself that how did this happen? But for some way, somehow, through iFAB, through Amma and the entire team, it happened for me. So I keep saying that last year's iFAB was designed around me and for me. I don't know how others will put it, but for me, that is how I see the entire session, that it was solely designed around me. God used certain people, placed them at a certain time just to attend to me and my prayer needs and my prayer topics, and it worked out. Talk about the health screening. Our vitals were taken, and all that. The doctor had a one, and we discussed with the medical team. Tell you what, today I am able to do 17 kilometers in and out every day after close of work. Wow. And I sit back and I'm so amazed. Wow. I look at my weight and I'm so impressed. So the question I keep asking myself is, it is doable. It's all about getting that push and somebody pushing you, and then you imbibing that I can do it out attitude. Today I do it and I'm surprised. No medication, no supplement or weight loss supplement, but it's been done. I just want to come this year, and if there's a health session, I look at him in the face and then I tell him that I did it. It worked. I did it. Oh. Yeah, and it worked. My eating pattern has changed. I'm very particular about what I eat. I'm being mindful of myself and of my body. So for me, it's about body goals, and whatever I learned, I've implemented it to the latter. The health screening, these community women, they came by all through and through. They danced. I remember there was this lady who danced without out, and I was telling the DJ not to off the music, because these are women who from Monday to Friday, all year, all month, all throughout, they are in the kitchen, they are on their farmland, they are doing this, they are doing that. They don't have time to network and unwind. So it provided an avenue for these women to come and then unwind. And you could see that this genuinely, they were dancing their hearts out. Yeah. They probably do not know when next such a session is going to come again for them to come and then unwind. So apart from myself and other women, it was so great. Talk about the tour. Wow. The tour, I remember, and it's still fresh in my mind like yesterday. That particular tourist attraction, I've always procrastinated that I was going to go there. And through iFAB, it happened for me. I got there and I looked at a canopy walk, and the question I asked myself was, will I be able to do it? Because I've seen videos of people on canopy walks at Kakun National Park. And when you look at the videos, you don't want to go near it. And this is where Amma has chosen to bring us. Okay. So I was there. I was just wondering that. So are we going to go on this? And the more I kept asking myself that question, the more I realized that yes, we are done with the first procedure. Tickets have been issued to us. We're going. We started. Hey, we are on this. And then I realized that there is no turning back. You have to do it. We did 4.1 kilometer, which is a 320-meter walkway with 5 bridges and then 6 platforms. After we did one canopy, walk, I asked myself, so how many are we left? Can I be able to do all this? But people were also going. So I need to develop a strategy. And that was why I coined this that, hey, Eradini Meshefo, I had to do it. People were going. And there was no turning back, Amma. There was no turning back. So it's either you go or You stand in there, no retreat, no surrender. So I had to devise a strategy. If I look down, I cannot continue the rest of the walk because I'm a height phobia. So I had to stay focused, and that taught me be focused. So I was focused, and I started. Before I said Jack, I'd gotten to the last bit.
Yes.
So I say that canopy walk helped me to overcome my fears. There is nothing under the sun that when we set out to do, we cannot. It is possible. In fact, there's nothing under the sun that is impossible. Everything is possible. And through that canopy walk, I learned to overcome my fears. The zip line, that was so amazing. First person went, can I do it? Second person went, who is next? I said, I am ready. Before I realized I was already on top, I'd gone and then I was back. Later on, when the videos were uploaded, I sat back and I told myself that starting from that day, I set my foot there. Anything that I commit myself to do, I will ensure that I do it responsibly and more focused. When plan A doesn't work, I must always ensure that I do it with a plan B. The Bonre Kente Weaving Center. That was the second time I was going there. The first time I drove through, but the second time that I had to go there was with the iFAB team on the tour. That was when we went to the production center. And when they were weaving the kente, it taught me a lot of things. Teamwork, number one. Number two, everything that we put together, we get results. So all these strands of kente that are put together, at the end of the day, turns out to be a beautiful piece that we are always adorning ourselves in or with. And look at how the weaving of the kente starts and how it ends. That was what my life was. That God was using the kente weaving experience as a drawing board in my life. They take one strand, they put it here, they put it on the left. If it is not working, they change it, they put in another strand. And before you realize, you have a piece of kente. And I sat back, standing there, and I could see that throughout my little life, that is how my life has been. I don't know how it happens, but for some reason, it happens for me. So God, the kente weaving experience, I see it as my life. That is how my life has been. God takes this one, puts it here, take it off, put it here. Even when times I feel that I'm being sort of, or for lack of a better word, I'm being delayed in something or something I want to do and it's not happening. He changes this, he changes that. And with no formula, he makes it happen. So I stood in there at Bonri, and the kente they were weaving was my story. So iFAB, for me, I was telling a friend about iFAB. I was saying, iFAB, what is it that you've taken it as a World Cup? I said, my dear, you do not know. You do not know. But if I explain to you, you will understand. Come and meet unstoppable women from all walks of life, all sectors of the economy. Meet under one roof, brainstorm, discuss. Women from all over the sub-region, all over the world. We've come together to discuss. We all have a unique way of doing our stuff, but when we come together, you take bits and pieces of everything that everyone does. We all might be all unique in our own ways, but when we meet, we strategize, we re-strategize, we laugh over it. And then it tells you that go out there and shine in your own spaces. And so that is why you might think that I've taken it as a World Cup. But every year now, I can say to the glory of God that iFAB is on my calendar. It's become part of my calendar of activities for every year. I save towards it. Like the way I would save for any foreign trip. I give it the attention that I need. Yes. I'll spend my whole 4 days in Kumasi because I know what I am coming there for. And so for me, iFAB 2022 is the biggest game changer for my life. One of our resource persons, her name was Mrs. Olake Sanu, who came by with a book, Wonders from a Nigerian Woman.
Yes.
I read that book and it was so amazing. And I recommend that each of us fabulous women should get a copy of that book. So for me, iFAB, and not iFAB alone, anything that has got to do with Fabulous Women Network is indeed a must have or do for each and every one of us. Let me digress here a bit. My first engagement with iFAB was Breakfast with the Girls in Accra.
Yes.
And that day, a day before the Breakfast with the Girls, I had undergone a procedure, that is HSG. And the pains that I was having, instead of me to stay in my bed and ensure that everything was okay, I forgot about my pains. Early morning, even before the program started, I was seated there because I knew that this is a must-have. And to tell you ladies what, the table I sat on, God placed a sort of destiny helper by my side. When I was sharing my issue, we happened to share issues. That was Catherine Berko, Endo Charity.
Yes.
So Catherine walked me through her issues before. I think that I've gone through HSG the day before. And so if she doesn't see me being very active, it's because of that. Occasionally I get some pains. And then she shared her story even before she went upstage. And afterwards, Catherine introduced me to a prayer line, which has been so useful in my life. And so I say that, Amma, sometimes when I keep telling you that you don't know what Fabulous Women Network or iFAB has done for me, you will not understand. But through that program, it was an opener of many doors for me. So if I carry iFAB like a World Cup, I know. Yes, I know. So when you are saying on that day that you started something new, I could relate. Because you may not know, but you are doing a lot of things for us women. And I know that in the next few years, let's give ourselves a 5-year plan or 5-year strategy. We're going to be up there. And someday when we sit to tell our story, how it all started and where we've gotten to, we realize that indeed what God made you birth as iFAB is indeed a game changer and a blessing to all of us.
Amen.
So those are my thoughts and my experiences for iFAB 2022.
Amen. To God be the glory. I have smiled, sir. I think my lips, Ofosua and Mimi, I don't know about you, but I think my lips are even tired. They are begging me to stop. Oh my goodness. To God.
The feeling is mutual.
And ladies, I must also say this. Even in the Bible, it says that when your blessing or your set time is coming, you realize that the other things coming in between, distracting you. That was my experience with iFAB 2022. I had planned I wanted to come. Getting to the last minute, I wasn't so sure. So my mother, who happens to be my best friend, tells me that, hey girl, go and network, go catch that fun, take a break and come back. And she pushed me. So I think at a point in time, we need people who will push us.
Yeah.
She pushed me. And that early morning, I found myself in Kumasi. And I came. In the afternoon, she called, how did it go? I said, ma, you have no idea. Said, you see? So sometimes our cheerleaders see something that we do not see. True. Imagine if she had really pushed me to come. Look at the number of things I would have deprived myself of. So sometimes when we plan taking up an initiative, an event, and something cross up, we shouldn't, it all comes back to the issue of being focused. We shouldn't be distracted. Whatever or come what may, we should just be focused. Those are commentaries and distractions. But let's look at the bigger picture. And of course, she pushed me. And yeah, I did. I did a 4 days full stretch. And then I returned. So as for iFAB, all I can say is that thank you to you and the entire team. And I'm sure you ladies will also relate to what I'm saying in one way or the other in your instances as well.
To God be all the glory. Thank you so much, Sekyiwa. I mean, if I ever doubted, your testimony alone is like, I'm always going to remember it, especially for the days when I'm feeling like, this crowd who has asked you, you know, I'll have to play this over and over again just to re-energize myself. Thank you so much. Mimi also shared, no, actually it was Ofosua. Ofosua shared that one benefit for you that has walked through the year with you is the fact that you started your branded, your customized products and everything. And Mimi, I would like to know as well for you, what has changed or shifted for you as a result of your participation in last year's conference?
All right, Emma. What has really changed for me is that now, I sometimes when I'm doing before last year's program, I was always double guessing myself. When there's an initiative that I'm supposed to take, I will sit back and say, no, Mimi, you can't do it. You can't do it. But last year's program, having to hear from all these amazing women and then how far they have gone in life and what they have achieved in life, they were able to break away from all the fear of being of taking the initiative. So if you could remember last year, just after the FAB Hub, I got a lot of corporate institutions to work with. Anytime I get a proposal, I'm like, yes, Mimi, go for it. This is yours. Go for it. I don't double guess myself again. I take initiatives, and to God be the glory. I would say last year in business, last year was one of my best years ever. Yes. So now I'm no, there's no spirit of fear. I mean, I'm all out. Whenever there's an initiative, whenever there's something I have to do, I go all out to do it. And sometimes before last year, you would say that, okay, so if you go and then you fail, what will people say about you? If you go and then you fail, what would you do? Will you take the chance again? Last year, I said to myself that, yes, if I fail, I mean, I'll fail forward. I'll rather fail forward than sit back and not take any initiative. So last year's program, Emma, was a blessing, and I'm so thankful. You know, I've been attending most of your training since 2016. Yes. And I mean, last year's training program was one of the best programs, and I'm looking forward to this year's program too. Oh, yes, thank you.
God be all the glory. And in fact, every time I see your post where you are, when you're doing, I'm like, oh my gosh, look at that woman. Oh, you are blessed. Thank you so much for sharing. So actually, you are all on the committee. Sekyiwa is speaking. Mimi, you are a big part of the committee, Ofosua as well. And I would like Ofosua to share with us, please. What kind of woman will you encourage to come to iFAB and why?
What kind of woman? Any woman who has any doubt about any dream that they want to pursue. I think it's such a good ground to get clarity for yourself. No one will dish out the answer to you, but when you come, it will be clear as day. And the doubts, if they don't vanish, they will start getting, in Kumasi, we say bootings. Well, when I was growing up in Kumasi, I know what's happening now. They will get serious kicks right from there. So any woman at all, and being a sidepreneur myself, someone who has a full-time job and a side business I'm trying to grow, I would advise anybody in that situation, just take those 2 days of leave, extra day of leave, try and make it to one or more of the sessions. Just try meeting women who, I think women, we do well when we're in groups, right? Yeah. And meeting women who are in a group ready to push other women forward and encourage other women. Like the number of encouragement I got that day, I can dare say I haven't met even half of them again. But some of them ring in my ear and push me further. If I could come, printed something on the rush and people bought my products, people saw the value in what I was giving them, it would give you a lot of push. So yes, any woman at all, especially those who are working full-time and want to nurse a dream that their current job doesn't allow them to build, like me, please be there. Don't guess, don't miss it. I mean, if you're in doubt, I'm sure Amma will leave some numbers and some contacts. Or contact any of us. We will convince you why you should be there. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Even it's a big investment. It's your return on investment will be so high, you forget how much you paid, and it won't even matter at all. Trust me on that one. You should have seen me crying last year that I don't have enough money. They still push me to come around. I don't remember how I paid them, honestly. But please be there. Please make it. And don't be scared even if you don't have the money. Just express the interest. You'll be surprised how doors open for you when you decide to just start something. And start with iFAB. Please don't miss it this year.
Yes. And speaking of not having the money to pay, I really like what you said. You just express the interest. And so if on our registration link for anyone who is listening, just open it and then read through, and then get to the part where you have to fill in the details. There's a portion that asks for those who want scholarship. So every single one of our events that we've ever had, we've always had people who are coming on either full or half scholarship, depending on their needs. And some of us women here will even pay for other people. So don't worry too much. The most important thing is the desire to be there. God will put everything in place. In fact, everything is already in place. So just take that step and say, you know what, I am going to go. I don't have the money. I don't have it in full, but I'm trusting God to make it happen, and it will definitely happen. Ladies, thank you so much. You've shared a lot, but before I let you go, I have a few questions that I'm going to ask each one of you. You have to complete the sentence I start. You're going to complete it with a short phrase or sentence, and I'm going to start with you, Sekyiwa. If I could advise my younger self in one short sentence, I would say
that go for what belongs to you. Anything that comes your way, don't hesitate. Push yourself, embrace everything.
Thank you. Same question for Mimi. If I could advise my younger self, I would say
embrace your uniqueness. Embrace your uniqueness. You are unique and you have something that no one has. So embrace yours.
Thank you. Ofosua, same question.
I would say, don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to succeed, my dear. Just don't. Just do. Just do.
Thank you. Second question. Sekyiwa, I am fabulous because
even when I fall, I'll rise again. Me rising determines how I will succeed and the fact that I'll make it. But if I rise and I don't fall, it means that I won't make it.
Mimi, I am fabulous because
I am fabulous because I was wonderfully made by God, and I have a purpose to achieve on this earth. And with God, I believe that I will be able to achieve more and then win souls to the glory of God.
Amen. Ofosua.
I am fabulous because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And I know that full well, when God was creating me, He handpicked each and every part of me from His vast, wonderful self. He said, my child, this is me, this is you.
Fantastic. Now, the last question is one book that has greatly helped me in business is, so starting with Sekyiwa.
That's by Indira Gunman, one-time MD for PepsiCo.
Oh, yes. And what's the name of the book, please?
The name I can't readily remember, but I know it's by Indira.
Okay, yeah. That's fine. I'll Google it. Yes, Mimi.
Love Revolution by Joyce Meyer. That book, Amma, has really helped me a lot, because in business, you don't have love and you don't have passion and you're not ready to give what you have, you won't be able to meet the needs of your clients and your customers.
Thank you. Sekyiwa, is it My Life in Full?
Yes. The bio is Her Life in Sundira Nui.
Yes, I see.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ofosua.
You should all be millionaires by Rachel Rogers.
Did I need to ask?
I don't think so. But
oh my
Sekyiwa
God,
and Mimi, I'm already getting those books. Hey, that
Yes.
Yeah, that book is, and funny enough, I had read that book I was reading that book right around the time I came for iFAB. So it holds a special place in my heart.
Yeah. All right, ladies, before you go, finally, tell us what's exciting in your business or life right now and how we find you. So that question, I mean, all of you have organizations actually. So Sekyiwa, you have your foundation, Mimi and Ofosua, you have your businesses. What's exciting in it right now that you want us to know, and how do we find you? So we'll start with Mimi.
So what excites me in business now is and whenever I'm able to provide solution, I mean, to the pain of my customers when I come in and then I provide the solution for them. And at the end of the day, I mean, they are okay in their businesses, and then their employer-employee relationship is okay, and everything is going on well. There's fair and equity. I mean, they go by the standard and the systems of the organization. It's always a good way for me in business. And Mimi DAF consults can be reached on 020-2929-034. I take that again, 020-2929-034. Kindly contact me for all your HR related issues, and I'm ready to help.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ofosua.
Exciting. Well, just when you thought I had gotten enough with the creativity, you were wrong. There are more gifts coming in 2023, specially created by NOCS Heart with our wonderful partners. So you can expect that. Yeah. And plus, if you are a supplier out there and you want to partner me, yes, please don't forget to reach me on +233 2000 92 755. I'll take that again, +233 2000 92 755. You can reach me on Instagram and Facebook at NOCS Heart. Elephant, Ninja, Orange. Let me not spell it all. Amma will give the links. I'm going to do the normal, but let me just pause here.
Yeah.
Two other things too is, please, for those of you who've been asking for my customized scented shea butter, we are going commercial this year. So please bring in your orders. Let's have a small interview on your fragrance profile. Let's get you that single tab so you enjoy it. Then come back and choose more fragrances that we can just create just for you. And we are also going live on our accountability partnership service. A lot of us have benefited from people just holding us down or pushing us. And I love what Sekyiwa said. Mimi said, that push. If you need that push, I have benefited from it, and I can be quite pushy in a good way. So call us at NOCS Heart. Let's find something that works for you, not something that we have written out that you must follow, but something that works for you that can help you achieve your dreams. So we'll be seeing these two lines of businesses this year, and definitely more creative gifts. Hint, hint, we have some exciting things about jigsaw puzzles and exciting things about whiteboards. I'll just leave it there for now.
Fantastic. Thank you. So much happening for you. And may God give you the strength for all that so that you continue to give value to your audience. Thank you, Ofosua. Sekyiwa.
So for me and my line of work, I continue to ensure that communities or the oil host communities that we work, we coexist peacefully. And this I do by ensuring that I put smiles on the faces of my stakeholders, going that extra mile to ensure that all that they need are being done. And also with my foundation, I impact life positively. Like I said, I give my way of giving back to society, and to say thank you to everyone who helped me along the way of life in getting to where I am. So it's my own small way of giving back to society. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And how do we find you, Sekyiwa?
So on Facebook, Sekyiwa Dakun. On LinkedIn, Sekyiwa Dakun, I'm there. And then on Twitter, at Sekyiwa Dakun.
You make life easy. So all you have to do is type Sekyiwa Dakun I love it. I really love it when people make it easy for them to be found. Thank you so much, ladies. Oh, this conversation has been refreshing for me. I needed this reminder of why we do what we do for God. So thank you so much. And I believe that whoever is listening to this, it's also going to be a blessing, whatever God has in there. Sometimes it's just a word that you say. You've talked a lot, but just one word, somebody hears it and it does something for them. And thank you so much for giving your time for this. And I look forward to seeing you all in a month. So today will be the day of the Give Back community activity. Oh, I look forward to having all of you in your fabulous T-shirts and us celebrating together. God be with you all, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you too, and be with you too as well.
Thank you, Amma. You're doing an awesome job. Keep the fire burning. Don't mind the doubts. They'll be there. We'll still keep blowing. We need you.
Oh my goodness, ladies. I know some amazing stuff is happening. Can you feel it? iFAB 2023 is going to be amazing. I mean, whatever is in it for each one of us who is participating, we will receive it. Oh, I'm so happy and I look forward to this. I hope you look forward to it too. Check the link in the description. We have the registration link. There are various packages, so you can buy for day 1 to 4, or you can buy for day 1 only, day 2 only, day 3 only, or day 4 only. Well, day 3, you're not actually buying, but you're donating because it's a give back event. I look forward to seeing you. If you have questions, if you want to reach out about something, you can send us a WhatsApp or call +233 244 339970. Until I come your way again, God willing, next week with yet another episode of Mind Your Business, please continue to show up as your fabulous self. God loves you. Bye.